Welcome, dear viewers. We hope you are in good health. Have you ever been in a perfectly quiet room, yet you hear a sound that isn't there? A high-pitched ringing, a persistent buzz, a soft whooshing, or even a chirping sound that no one else seems to notice? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And what you're likely experiencing is tinnitus. It can be a frustrating, isolating, and sometimes maddening condition. For many, the advice has been to simply learn to live with it. But what if a significant piece of the puzzle has been overlooked? What if a key to turning down the volume on that phantom sound is not in your ears, but in your blood, linked to a nutrient many of us are unknowingly lacking? Stay with me, because we are about to uncover the profound and scientifically supported connection between tinnitus and a simple, common vitamin. The answer might be closer and more accessible than you've ever been led to believe. This video is for educational purposes only. The information provided is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. All scientific sources used in this video are in the description. So, what is tinnitus really? In the simplest terms, it's the perception of sound without an external source. But let's go deeper. Imagine your auditory system is a sophisticated communication line. Deep within your inner ear, in a spiral-shaped structure called the cochlea, are thousands of tiny, delicate hair cells. When sound waves enter your ear, these hairs dance, converting the physical vibrations into electrical signals. These signals then travel along the auditory nerve to your brain, which interprets them as the sounds we recognize: music, a loved one's voice, the world around us. Tinnitus is what happens when there's a glitch in this communication line. It's like static on a phone call between your ear and your brain. This miscommunication can happen for many reasons: damage to those tiny hair cells from loud noises, age-related changes, infections, or even issues with the eustachian tubes, the small passages that connect your throat to your middle ears and regulate pressure. When the brain receives a distorted or weak signal, it can sometimes overcompensate, essentially creating its own sound to fill in the gaps. That sound is your tinnitus. But the latest research is pointing to a systemic factor, one that affects your entire body, including this delicate auditory pathway: a deficiency in what is often called the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. This might surprise you. We often associate vitamin D with bone health and a robust immune system, but a growing body of clinical evidence, published in respected journals, is drawing a clear line between low levels of vitamin D and the prevalence and severity of tinnitus. So how can a single nutrient have such a powerful impact on the ringing in your ears? The connection is multifaceted, and it involves four critical areas. First, vitamin D is a potent anti-inflammatory agent. Chronic inflammation is a silent enemy in our bodies, and the delicate structures of the auditory system are not immune. Studies propose that a vitamin D deficiency can lead to low-grade inflammation in the cochlea and the auditory nerve, disrupting their function and potentially triggering the phantom sounds of tinnitus. By helping to regulate the body's inflammatory response, sufficient vitamin D can protect these sensitive structures and calm the system. Second, let's talk about nerve health and something called the myelin sheath. Think of your nerves as electrical wires. The myelin sheath is the protective insulation wrapped around them, ensuring that nerve impulses travel quickly and efficiently. Without this insulation, signals can get jumbled, short-circuit, or fade away. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in the production and maintenance of this vital myelin sheath throughout your nervous system, including the auditory nerve. When vitamin D levels are low, this protective coating can degrade, impairing the signal from the ear to the brain. This degradation can directly contribute to the neurological misfires that manifest as tinnitus. It's not just about hearing, it's about the quality of the signal your brain receives. Third, Vitamin D is directly linked to your cardiovascular health, which means it impacts blood circulation. Your inner ear is an incredibly intricate and power-hungry system that relies on a rich supply of oxygen and nutrients delivered by a network of tiny blood vessels. As we age, or due to underlying health issues, this circulation can become less efficient. This is where you might hear about supplements like ginkgo biloba, which is known to help widen blood vessels and improve blood flow. Vitamin D contributes to this process by helping to maintain the health and flexibility of blood vessels. Better circulation means your auditory system is better nourished and more resilient, allowing it to function correctly and potentially reducing the symptoms of tinnitus caused by poor blood flow. Finally, vitamin D is a master regulator of your immune system. A deficiency can lead to immune dysregulation, where your body's defense system can become confused and may even attack its own tissues. Some forms of tinnitus are believed to be linked to these autoimmune-related conditions. We saw a clear example of the immune system's importance during the recent pandemic, where many individuals with the most severe outcomes were found to have low vitamin D levels. By ensuring your immune system is functioning optimally, vitamin D helps protect your body from the kind of internal chaos that can exacerbate or even contribute to the development of tinnitus. Beyond the direct physiological impact of vitamin D, we have to consider the brain itself. Tinnitus is ultimately perceived in the brain, and its intensity is deeply connected to your neurological and emotional state. Think about the factors that make your tinnitus worse: stress, anxiety, and a lack of sleep. These conditions all have one thing in common: they throw your brain chemistry out of balance. They increase the activity of an excitatory neurotransmitter called glutamate. Think of glutamate as the gas pedal of your brain. When you're anxious or stressed, your brain is flooded with it, leading to a state of overexcitability. This neural hyperactivity can significantly amplify the perception of tinnitus, making the sound feel louder and more intrusive. So, how do we gently apply the brakes? The answer lies in glutamate's counterpart, an inhibitory neurotransmitter called GABA, or gamma-aminobutyric acid. GABA is the brake pedal. It calms the nervous system and reduces neuronal excitability. The goal is to find a healthy balance. Fortunately, nature provides us with tools to do just that. The simple act of drinking chamomile tea can be profoundly helpful. Chamomile contains a compound called apigenin, which has been shown to interact with GABA receptors in the brain, promoting relaxation and a sense of calm. Similarly, valerian root is another powerful herb that helps slow down overactive neural impulses, easing you into a more relaxed state and, for many, diminishing the intensity of tinnitus. Some people have also found great success by supplementing directly with GABA or with the amino acid taurine, which works in a similar way to GABA, helping to quiet the storm of overexcitability in the brain. This brings us to the practical guide. How can you ensure you have enough of this crucial nutrient? The most natural way to produce vitamin D is through sensible sun exposure. When your skin is exposed to sunlight, it begins a process of converting cholesterol into vitamin D. However, sensible is the key word. Overexposure carries its own risks. You can also get vitamin D from your diet. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources. You'll also find it in egg yolks, mushrooms, and foods that have been fortified with it, such as milk, certain plant-based milks, orange juice, and breakfast cereals. Cod liver oil is another traditionally rich source. However, for most people, diet and sun alone may not be enough to correct a deficiency, which is where supplementation comes in. But there's a critical rule you must follow. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. This means it requires fat to be properly absorbed by your gut. Taking a vitamin D pill with just water on an empty stomach is like trying to charge your phone without plugging it into the wall. It's simply not effective. You must take your supplement with a meal that contains healthy fats like avocado, nuts, seeds, or olive oil. When it comes to dosage, the standard recommendations of 600 to 800 IU per day are often far too low to correct a true deficiency. Many experts and studies suggest doses ranging from 1,000 to 5,000 IU per day. However, this is not a case of more is always better. The only way to know for sure what you need is to ask your doctor for a simple blood test to check your vitamin D levels. This is non-negotiable. Your doctor can then recommend a safe and effective dosage tailored specifically to you. Optimizing your vitamin D is a win-win. Even if you don't have tinnitus, ensuring you have adequate levels is essential for your brain, lungs, heart, hormones, and immune system. But if you are one of the millions struggling with tinnitus, this could be a life-changing discovery. As we look toward 2025 and beyond, the research continues to evolve. Scientists are now exploring how vitamin D works in conjunction with other nutrients, like magnesium and vitamin K2, to maximize its benefits. New treatments for tinnitus are also on the horizon, with research delving into personalized biofeedback therapies and advanced neurological approaches. But the foundational role of nutrition, particularly addressing a vitamin D deficiency, remains one of the most powerful and accessible strategies available right now. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes the most profound solutions are not found in a complex prescription, but in restoring the body's natural balance. In summary, that persistent, frustrating sound in your ears is not something you just have to endure. It is a signal, a sign that there's an imbalance in your auditory system. While the causes are many, a deficiency in vitamin D is emerging as a major and correctable contributing factor. By reducing inflammation, protecting your nerves, improving circulation, and balancing your immune system, vitamin D addresses tinnitus at its systemic roots. When combined with strategies to calm your nervous system and a lifestyle that prioritizes rest and manages stress, you create a powerful synergy for healing. Take this knowledge, speak with your doctor, and take that first step. You have the power to change the soundtrack of your life. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the science of tinnitus. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more evidence-based health content. Have you ever had your vitamin D levels checked? Let us know in the comments below.